Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Spiritual Transformer. My name is Randy Koo, and I will be your host. So, today I want to talk about a video game. It's a video game called Silksong, and I don't think it needs a lot of introduction if you're familiar with the video game territory. But first, I kind of want to admit that this may be my least spiritual episode because it's really hard for me to link something like a video game to spirituality, but I'm going to try. And in this episode, I'm going to be touching upon the theme of passion because specifically living your life with passion. And I think in terms of spirituality, living your life with passion is probably one of the very important things because, well, passion is what makes life worth living, right? If you're going through life and you have no passion, well, I think finding something to be passionate about would probably improve your life. And I'm going to try to link this to Silksong. So, for those who don't know, Silksong is a video game. It's a big video game hit that was released just this past September 2025. It was such a hit that one of the stores, specifically Steam on PC, well, they kind of crashed because so many people were trying to buy the game. That's how much of a phenomenon Silksong is. And for me, though, what's important isn't that the game is, well, good. I mean, it's a little difficult for me, but even I gotta admit that the craftsmanship of this video game is exquisite. What got me really thinking is the making of this game. So Silksong was made by a group of developers called Team Cherry. I believe they're Australian. But the cool thing is they only have 3 main people working at Team Cherry. Yes, they outsourced a lot of tasks, maybe programming, QA, whatever, to other companies. But at the core, Team Cherry is just 3 people, 3 guys. And I find this to be quite amazing because Team Cherry, there's two things. There's 2 things I find quite amazing. Silksong is considered a masterpiece. It was made by 3 guys in 7 years. Took them 7 years to make it. And also, during those 7 years, they didn't really have to worry about where the money was coming from. So what I mean by that is that Silksong isn't Team Cherry's first game. They had a game before called Hollow Knight, which was also a massive success, but not an overnight one. It took time, but throughout the years, Hollow Knight itself was also a big, massive hit. So I'm guessing that Team Cherry just took 7 years to make the sequel, Silksong. They made Silksong in 7 years, and you don't really have to worry about the money because they had a smash hit on their hands with their previous game, Hollow Knight. And it got me thinking. 3 guys chasing what appears to be their passion for 7 whole years without having to worry about money. 3 guys. What if we take the concept of having an unlimited amount of time and the idea of not having to worry about money and simply apply it to everyone, like the entire human race? What if the entire human race lived in such a society where we don't have to worry about our basic needs. We don't have to worry about, where we're going to live, how we're going to earn. We just have it. And then we have all the time in the world to chase our passions, right? If 3 guys can make a one video game masterpiece in 7 years without having to worry about money, what masterpieces can the whole of humanity make if everybody was given the same unlimited potential? And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking, well, nobody's going to work anymore if all their basic needs like food and shelter is provided and they have all the time in the world. Well, who the heck is going to go to work? And everybody's going to be lazy, right? Well, Well, I don't think so. I think the answer to that is no. People are not going to be lazy. But also, yes. Yes, because of the current society that we live in right now. If you look at our current environment, I live in the West, okay? And you look at the West in particular, you look at the kind of jobs out there. Like, if people's needs are met now, yeah, a lot of people are going to be lazy. You know why? Because all the jobs out there are shite, right? Who wants to work for a dead-end office job? I work in a dead-end office job. Soul-sucking these days, right? Who wants that, right? Who wants to be a Uber Eats driver, let's just say? Who wants to work at retail? Who wants to work at, like, in the kitchen of a fast food restaurant? I mean, I think a lot of people will say, no, these jobs suck. And I gotta admit, they absolutely do suck. But not for everybody. I mean, I've got a dead-end office job, yeah, soul-sucking. But how much you want to bet there will be other people out there who would happily willing to trade me their job for mine? I know there are a lot of takers if I were able to do that. And, you know, there may be someone out there who would love to work somewhere back in the kitchen as a chef. I mean, isn't that what Master Chef is all about? Everybody's competing to see who can work as a chef in a restaurant. I mean, that's crazy, right? But look, it's not one of those chain restaurants, right? But maybe a restaurant that actually really cares about the food they serve. I think a lot of people would love to be a chef at those kind of places. And I personally know of at least one person who loves to be a taxi driver, right? They get to set their own hours. He tells me that he can take time off to travel whenever he wants, and he likes meeting new people. Those three criteria, well, be a taxi driver. Like, it fits, right? So yeah, like, you look at today, right now, right? Of course, everybody's just gonna want to stay home and be lazy because the jobs out there don't match what they want to do, and for a lot of people, the jobs out there are just shite, right? But what if everybody out there has the benefit of having their needs met and all the time in the world to chase their passion? I think it's going to change. One of the core tenets of economics is proper use of your resources, including human resources. Sorry, the term is proper allocation of human resources. And I think with everybody having all the time in the world and having their needs met, we would have almost near perfect allocation of human resources, right? Because you imagine this, right? Like, suppose some guy goes and takes a culinary lessons, right? Pays for a culinary course, goes on to become a chef at the restaurant. They think they like it, but they end up hating it. And what are they going to do? They already sunk their time and their money on school, so they're stuck being a chef, right? And what if this chef has inside him the potential to be like a world-class mechanic, but he's stuck as a mediocre chef? And what if there's another dude out there who is working as a mediocre mechanic, but inside of him has a potential to become a world-class chef, but he can't because he has to work at this job to pay his bills. He can't just take time off to, attend culinary lessons. He's stuck as a mechanic. You know what I mean? But if all our needs are met and we don't have to worry about time, then they can swap. They can each quit their jobs, go back to their respective schools. The mechanic goes and trains to be a chef. Chef trains to be a mechanic, and they switch. Right? Now, I don't know about you, but personally, who would you rather be served by? Would you rather be served food that was made by a chef who's passionate about being a chef? Or would you rather the chef just be mediocre? The answer is obvious. But you're not, at this stage of the game in our society, I don't think you're going to be getting the most passionate chef when you walk into like Boston Pizza, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think if everybody just had their needs met with enough time to chase their dreams, like, you could be getting a master mechanic every time you take your car to the garage. You could be eating food from a master chef every time you step in a restaurant. I think it really is that simple. But nowadays, we just simply don't live in that kind of society. But what if we do? What if we do, right? I mean, three guys in Australia, the core team of three guys, can make a masterpiece video game that sells like gangbusters. What kind of masterpieces would we all get if everybody has the benefit of time and their needs being taken care of? I think we're going to live in a world where everything is just going to be the best. The best video games, the best food, the best taxi drivers everywhere you go, because nobody is stuck. Nobody is stuck doing something that they don't want to do. And the whole puzzle of allocating human resources properly to one job or another gets solved if everybody can just pick at a drop of a hat what exactly they want to do. Right now, I understand some jobs are going to suffer. There'll probably be some jobs out there that nobody would want, no matter what. But that doesn't mean it's all bad news. I mean, we've got AI and robotics, right? Like, isn't Amazon slashing like 200,000 jobs or something just so they can replace them with robots? But who the heck in the right mind want to work for Amazon, pee in a bottle anyway? So in a way, robots can actually free us from all these dumb jobs. But on the flip side is that we have to, in order to fully take advantage of automation, robots, and AI, we have to live in a society where, at the very least, all of our basic needs for every human being is met. That's the only way. Because at the way we're going, future ain't so bright. So I encourage everybody to picture the best. If you're given the opportunity to improve this world, take it. You know, let's all just contribute our energy, just try to make a world where everybody's needs are met so that we can have the best people doing whatever task, whatever job, just best guys and best girls and everywhere, right? So that's kind of going to be my dream going forward. I hope I live to see it, but we will see. I mean, here at the Spiritual Transformer, we're all about inspiring people. So if you feel inspired by this, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. And my name is Randy Koo. You have been watching the Spiritual Transformer channel, and I will see you next time. Jane.